Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
She is somebody who helps your animals heal in many different ways, in body, in mind, in spirit. You can give her symptoms of your pet, and many times she knows exactly what's going on or makes amazing suggestions that we wouldn't even think about. Today, you probably haven't thought about this, but we're going to look at energy and how it translates to your pets and how you can heal them potentially or just better understand them. Her website is animalsbodymindspirit.com, and Nicola Richardson is back with us on the program. Welcome back. How are you doing?
Good, thank you. Thank you for having me.
I'm a big believer in energy. I wish I knew about it or understood it or applied it many years ago. I do now to myself, energy healing, Reiki, chakra balancing, all of that. Never even considered it with pets. We're all energy. Everything in this piece of paper is energy. So when we look at it in terms of our pets, I gotta believe, since they're not worried about the stuff that we're worried about, our minds are always gunked up with mortgage, rent, car payments, all the stuff going on. They don't have a lot to think about. So they're probably so very in tune to energy, right?
Yes, they're very in tune to energy, but they also do worry. They also do worry because if their humans are not okay, then they worry about their humans, and also if they are being shifted or moved, or things are being done to them against their will without their engagement, then that has a huge impact on their systems. Right. So you look at all this rehoming that goes along, or we are saving animals and shipping them across the world to different rescue centers. I mean, there's so much we do under the guise of we're helping, when information hasn't actually been given to the animal, and the animal actually hasn't been engaged in the choice. So when you ask an animal, do you like this, or is this okay with you? And you think you're giving love and all this lovely stuff, human stuff. And they're like, no, get away from me, especially the horses, because a lot of the horses are wild. And they don't want human interference. Yet we think we're helping them. Oh, we've saved you from being, from this and that and everything. And they're like, you guys are so out of alignment with with what, how our species operates, right? So yeah, we have a lot of things we imprint on them energetically from our own ideologies and belief systems, right? And this affects their energy systems. And everything is energy. Even the trees have chakra systems. So everything has a chakra system. And if your chakras are not open and running, you will see all kinds of physical ailments in your animals. And a lot of the time, the root chakra is closed in a lot of animals because there's fear. There's instability. A lot of the animals are made to breed. They're not asked if they would like to breed. They are made to breed. And their mother and father usually have a lot of despair, anxiety, because the animals have no control over their lives because we're interfering with everything. Right. So you got a little puppy that comes into the world, and then their chakra system's just blown to pieces because their mom and dad were not okay and they're not okay. So, and then you start off with an animal and you think, oh, we've got this physical problem, but energetically, it's probably been there for a while and it's just manifested into the physical. Yeah. So every animal I look at, I run through their energetic system to make sure, first of all, there's nothing sitting against them, using them for energy, and then also clearing up their energy system to make sure it's open and running and clean so that the body can work. Because if your energy system's not open and running, your physical system literally cannot operate fully and completely optimally. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Lots to unpack here. And I like what you said in the beginning, very, very much so, in that they're picking up on our energy. So if they see that we're not right, they're not right. And I always forget about that. I always forget that that's what they're doing. They're actually feeling us out.
Yeah, but I think that's how we are. Everything on the planet is energy first, physical second. And we're so focused on the physical that we're not understanding who we are. And we are energetic beings in a physical body to learn lessons. And And the energy system is what we need to nurture and look after immensely. So we know when we've got people around us that are not energetically stable, we can feel it. We feel it right away. They don't have to say anything. We can feel something's off. They can walk in the room. We can feel something's off. So everything, and it has to affect us. So if you've got anybody that's energetically stable in your home, your animals will be not well. Absolutely. Or if you're not stable, right? A lot of people, we take information and we assign highs and lows to it. So we assign information as good and bad constantly. We always assign good and bad. And I'm like, try to teach pet owners, just allow information to be information. Stop assigning emotion to it. It's just information, and see why is this information come to you, and what do you do with the information? And so that you can calm your energetic system down, because the owners are so worried about their animals, which we need to not worry, because worry is a useless emotion and it just drains our energy systems. It's absolutely, like, I don't participate in worry in 1 second, because it's absolutely just, it has no benefit. Has no beneficial outcome. So it's about really trying to teach people to keep their energy system calmer, so that the system stays open. Right. So
What is that like your major recommendation for our animals? Just stay calm. Any other, no, but serious, it's important, because they pick up on your energy. It's the same thing when I think we've all said, my dog really knows what I'm thinking. I just know it. I'm in a bad mood and he cuddles up to me, and they know, they can feel what's going on.
Yes. And what we're not understanding is how much we're affecting their physically. So we go through these highs and lows, and we're like, oh, I'm having a bad day, blah, 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 whatever. And we think, oh, we'll just get through it. The problem is we're imprinting. Okay. So everything we think is energy, and it imprints. So if you walk around and you have negative thought patterns, this isn't going well for me today, this isn't happening today, blah, 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 whatever the negative is, you're imprinting all over your house. You're imprinting over everything you're touching and everything you're around, including your animals. And you are frequency. So you have every species has a frequency, and the lower your frequency drops, the more susceptible you are to illness and disease. So any animal that is, or any body, but it's okay, say everybody's, I work on people too. So anybody that drops in frequency, or it comes to me is not well, their frequency is always really low, really, really low. It bottoms out. And so that's where disease manifests. Yeah. So it's,
I didn't know you work with people.
Well, pet owners, what the thing is, once I start working with the animals, the pet owners go, wow, look at the changes. And then they start looking at what they're up to. So you can't really, there's an automatic shift in the household and in the dynamics of the whole family unit. And then that because once this animal gets this much care and they understand how things work, then it starts being applied to everybody else. So and that goes from one animal to another animal, and then we go into the humans.
Wow. Huh. This is definitely insightful and an eye-opener in a lot of regards. And I'm getting more in the energy thing here. Let's pivot over. I'm just going to preface this by saying people are going to think that this is like woo-woo, crazy stuff that we're talking about here. If you don't get the energy thing, Google it. But there is something called the fifth dimension that we are heading into. Why don't we reset all of this? Can you explain what that is and how it impacts us and our animals?
Well, the third dimension is the third dimension, which we've all come into and been working hard in, is about polarity. So, and this is about good and bad. You're given polarity consistently to force you to grow. So it's like, are you going to choose to go negative or stay in high, which is a low vibration, or are you going to stay at a higher level, which is a positive vibration? What are you going to choose daily and use your free will to do? And unfortunately, the media and the system that we have allowed to be created as a species promotes negative and it keeps you low. But but people in the, I think, but the polarity in the third dimension is it's teaching you, what are you going to choose today? What are you going to choose to participate in? And how are you going to vibrate? What is your vibration, your frequency that you're going to offer the planet? And so we're moving, the planet herself is actually moving to the fifth dimension. We're currently going there right now. And this is a place of pure love. And what this means is that eventually the polarity will disappear. For those that choose to you have to choose to wish to vibrate at a higher frequency and choose to wish to ascend with the planet and be more connected with her. And the fifth dimension is all about love, where there's no polarity, just creation. Yeah, and this is where everything's going. So yeah.
All right, lots of questions on that, Nicola. Have some of us crossed over into the fifth dimension?
I don't know enough about this. This is a big, people like shamans and people have been working in this and know like this, like know about the planet, been looking after her for you want to say years, but I'd say centuries probably. So she has a magnetic grid that had to be reinstalled, and it just depends what you read. But from my understanding is that yes, everybody is being upgraded chakra system wise, because you'll have more chakras, because you're a light body. So you're an energy system inside a physical body. In order to participate in the fifth dimension, you have to become lighter, and that means vibrating higher. So if you practice anger, disappointment, not going your way, if you participate in all that instead of choosing light, love, creation, what can I do for humanity today? Because the fifth dimension is also about all of us. So it's about all humans, all plants, all animals. It's about not being disconnected from anybody. So when I think of, yes, whereas the third dimension is like me. Right? I'm disconnected. I'm all by myself. Things are happening to me. No, but the fifth dimension is all about everybody. You are connected. And so when I start my day, it's all about how can I make the world a better place? This is where I start. And I do this through the animals and the people I engage with. And
well, isn't that what they call, the intention? So you're setting an intention for the day?
Absolutely. You're absolutely right. Yes, absolutely. Yes. Your intention is everything. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's a big deal what we're all here for right now. It's a big transition what's going through right now. So, and the energies has gotten higher. So I think the last year, the energy on the planet has doubled. I would say almost tripled actually, based on my numbers. So this is where things are more intense, so that to push people to grow. Yes. So this is people. Yeah, so your intensity, anything that you haven't healed, and the fifth dimension is all about healing. So in order to go to the fifth dimension, you also have to heal any hurts. So this last year, I was working on myself heavily to get some things healed, because if you're not okay, nobody else around you is okay, especially your animals. And as a healer, it's my responsibility to, I think everybody's a healer, but with what I do, I have to be super sound and clean, and my energy field's clean, so that I can work and nothing transfers to them, and I impact everybody in a positive way. Yeah.
How do you clean? I mean, everybody's has different ways of doing it. I have Palo Santo spray here. I've got sage spray. I hear that's the right thing to do, but how do you clean your energy, especially somebody like you that works with a lot of different people and a lot of different animals? I'm sure there's, energy gets transferred back and forth and you need a clean slate. What do you do?
Well, I watch myself through dowsing, so I can see what my energy levels are and my frequencies are, but
So you do what? You watch yourself what? I want
to, through dowsing. I watch my energy levels and my frequency.
How do you do that? What is that?
A dowsing is a pendulum, and you connect yourself to you ask to be connected to the planet through the source, through the pendulum, and the pendulum will tell you what's going on. Yeah. So it's all, again, attention.
So is it this is interesting.
So pendulums
Um,
have been used for, people, that's how they find oil. I mean, they use pendulums. Pendulums are used have been used for centuries, right? You're really connected to sources about having pure intention and not being impacted by anybody else. The tricky thing is on the planet is that there's other things we cannot see that can interfere with our energy systems. And that's another whole discussion. But
hmm.
what we don't, we're so physical, but there's a whole energy world around us that is fully functioning and living with us. Yeah, that we need to be aware of. Yeah.
So you can
So,
actually tell from the pendulum your vibration and all of that?
yep, absolutely. Yeah, yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
I
I think once you get to a more sophisticated level, I mean, I can already feel my vibration. I can know when I'm off, so I double check things. So I think once you get to a really high level, that really, like, people have been doing this forever. I'm pretty sure they don't need any tools. They just know. They just know. They're so connected to everything. Yeah, they just know. Me, I like to use it to double check myself, because to make sure, again, I'm not I don't think I'm really going to transfer anything, but just make sure my system and my answers and my questions are clear. Because if anything is around manipulating your pendulum, then how I'm clearing people and animals and how I'm healing them doesn't won't be as effective. Yeah, yeah.
Wow. Um, do you feel that everybody should be doing this kind of stuff, like clearing their energy?
Yes, I think your energy systems are really, really important. You have an etheric body, which stands to the right of you. That is with you all the time. You've got your mental, emotional bodies. So everything needs to be looked after and cared for. And by the time anything shows up in your physical, it's been in your energetic bodies for ages. So once it gets in your physical system, you have been not healing something or not addressing something for a long time that is out of alignment with your soul, your spirit. Yeah.
Say
Yeah.
that last part again, Nicola. I want to make sure that we all understand that. Um, you haven't addressed something in a long time. How do you know that?
It's in your physical body. It's in your
And
physical body. Your physical is the last body to show up with disease. So when animals too, by the time they get sick, they've been ill for years. They haven't just all, unless there's been an accident, where they've fallen or something. But again, the body's weak anyway, typically. But anyway, their body has, by the time their physical body has been sick, they've been ill for years. Yeah,
wow.
yeah. So, and that's the same with all of us. By the time we see physical in our bodies, your system has been sending you information for a long time, and you're just like, not listening, not listening. Here, I'll just take this, I'll just take that, not listening, gonna die.
Yeah, and it's pretty
And the
scary.
body will just keep sending the message, because your goal is to grow. Your goal here is to grow and learn and heal and ascend. Yeah, essentially, right? This is my perspective anyway, of what I
Hmm.
know. Yeah.
But more and more I learn, more and more I'm in line with, I don't doubt anything you're saying, but more and more I agree with what you're saying, based on studying this stuff. And
Yeah.
it's no surprise that you deal with stress, you deal with other issues, it's going to impact your health. And that also includes the energy that you're dealing with, you're harnessing, you're holding, all of that. It all impacts you.
Yeah. And the mind has to be really, like I say to people, really use your mind. Your liver cleans your body. Really use your mind. Don't let just stuff run through it. Like, really use it with awe and intention. Don't allow it to be a garbage dump. People just allow these thoughts to be processed. I'm like, no, out of the head. Like, use your mind like it is so precious that you will only process thoughts that are really, really beneficial to your higher self. Don't let a garbage dump be running through it. And so stress is thought. You cannot have stress without stressful thinking. So stress is strictly thoughts, that because you're not managing your mind. So you manage your thoughts and look after your mind and treat it like it's a temple, and don't run garbage through it. And then your system will calm down, because the body only knows what the mind's telling it. So this is where they keep doing about the tiger running and stuff, right? You know, you're running and you're stressed and stuff. They're like, yeah, there's no tigers, but we're still running the same programs. Well, stop with the programs and ask your programs to be deleted from your mind, because you're a hard drive. Just ask them to be deleted. Say, I don't like this program running. I would like to have it deleted, please. The system will delete it. Your body will just get rid of it, and then start cleaning yourself up. Yeah.
Wow. I had no idea that you work with people in addition to animals on this energy stuff. So impactful. Clearing your energy. You could do it through chakra
White light.
balancing and
Yeah, you can use a lot of white light. So you can imagine your system standing under a white light. That's the fastest way. And imagine all your chakras, because you've got 7 chakras right now. You'll be have more soon, or you might even have more now, but depends upon the person. But you've got your root, your sacral, your solar plexus, your heart, your throat, your third eye and your crown. Right. Yeah. Yeah. And and the lower part of the body is all about security, your power center, connection to the planet. And so a lot of people are walking around with their root closed and you're not connected to the planet. You'll get very, very ill. You'll get very, very ill, because you are designed to be you are designed with the rhythm of the planet in mind. Our systems, our clocks of our body run in alignment with the planet. Our microbiome and our gut's supposed to be the same as the microbiome of the planet, the dirt. And our feet must go on earth. So all these animals are in apartments and stuff. They have to have feet on dirt because they need to be connected to the planet. That's who they are.
Well, yeah, I say that all the time. Animals are so grounded because they're walking on the dirt. They're walking on the ground. We don't. And we don't even take that time to get grounded. Your website, share that it's animalsbodymindspirit.com. And even on the whole energy healing front, you can heal virtually somebody's pet. Am I right?
Most of my healing is virtually.
Okay.
Yes. Majority of it. I can go into a lot more detail and when I'm virtual. And the thing is, there's more concentration when I'm virtual. When I'm on site with animals, I do a lot. I can get the animal doing a lot, but people like to chat.
Yeah. Well, you know what?
So then I'm around owners and people like to chat, and you're like trying to concentrate healing the animal, and they're like chatting and asking a bunch of questions, and because then they like to know more about themselves. And you're like, okay, all right. So virtually, it's really, really powerful, and I have instant results pretty much. Yeah.
I've experienced it myself through energy healers virtually pretty much instantly. So it can be done for animals as well. Nicola, thank you. I had no idea this side of you, even the energy thing. We never really went down that road. We didn't. We talked about healing in many other ways, physically, but not energetically. And the same thing with the people connection. So if anybody's looking to heal their animals, the energy aspect is huge. And if you don't believe us, just Google it, just learn about it. It can be a game changer for both you and your pets. And start the process. Animalsbodymindspirit.com is how people can reach you. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you so much for everything.
Are you looking for even more of the podcasts and hosts that you love? The Podcast Business News Network is proud to announce that you now have even more ways to listen live. Check out the MyTuner Radio, online radio box, and Simple Radio apps on iOS and Android, or find us online. Search for Business News Network on mytuner-radio.com, or search Podcast Business News Network on streama.com and onlineradiobox.com/US. Take your podcast on the go and don't miss a minute of the action.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers.
Day-to-day simple tasks can become pretty daunting.
I have to carry my chair up 2 flights of steps or have somebody do it for me.
What scares me the most is just the falling.
When I'm struggling with my house, I think, to have that one great barrier just knocked down, it's crucial.
Home for Our Troops is a wonderful nonprofit that builds a
mortgage-free, fully adaptive, handicap-accessible house.
And there's no catch.
It'll be our very first home that we've ever owned.
This is a game changer.
This is where your life begins again.
We need you to join us in completing this important mission. Please visit hfotusa.org and help build homes and rebuild lives.
Because of you, everything's going to be okay.